EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys took full advantage, he said, of the late season bye. They are rested, ready for the stretch run to close out the regular season. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. There's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week, but when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely, and he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
It's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. I wonder what he did with it.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Looking to throw. Shelton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Robinson. He finds his man, complete. That's Herrera. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. On fourth down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 15. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right?
And he lost the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks them up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Shelton. He's going to walk on deep left side here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but now a shotgun.
Check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds.
Welcome back, everyone, to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. To throw is Robinson. Off the play fake. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he works free. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. A give up the middle to Johnson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. 11 yards for number 11.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Steelers first and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Robinson now, operating from the gun. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Here's second and 8. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Robinson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Zay Flowers, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They'll run here with a rookie from Washington. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Shelton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, Shelton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll make it second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the Steelers' 34-yard.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Shelton. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. York able to send this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Off play action. Robinson. He finds his man complete. It's Herrera. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now Robinson from the gun, he'll throw. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Elijah Arroyo, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers add 6 to their lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, what a move. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Shelton. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Well, remember, he had a fumble earlier in this first half and got saved, but no such saving here. It's a turnover.
Yeah, and as a coach and as a teammate, you're hoping that he learned from the first one. There was a lesson there, but obviously he doesn't have enough focus in order to lose it a second time. That simply can't happen if you're trying to win a game.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Looking to throw. Robinson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Kelly. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Operating from the gun, Shelton. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. A little juke. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Robinson. Now he's going to step up and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Robinson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Robinson. That's to the tight end, Laporta. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Looking to throw. Robinson. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Sam Laporta as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and 1. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. 10 weeks have come and gone. The temperature's starting to dip a little bit here in November. Lots to show you. Let's talk about it. Our spin around the NFL starts now. We begin at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The 49ers at home for an NFC West battle with the Seattle Seahawks. And this is the Niners defense making the big play. They knock the football out, force the fumble, scoop it, and they're taking it back the other way. What a game-changing play. Touchdown. Meanwhile, let's check in on the Dolphins as they host the Baltimore Ravens. And this is Matthew Golden. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. Make it a 70-yard touchdown grab. The Ravens are back to within a game of 500. They move to 5-6 with the win. With that, time for a look at the rest of the action going on here in week number 11 in the NFL's regular season. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Shelton. Throwing left side. It's complete. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw again. Working the middle of the field, and he's got him man complete. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Pass complete to Loveland. So he stopped for no gain. And now it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Shelton. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Off play action. Shelton. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Off the bootleg. Shelton. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Shelton to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the left side, he's got his tight end Loveland. Touchdown, Browns! Colston Loveland, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. But he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 60 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And a good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They go back to the ground with Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired. And
that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the... And oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. They looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Robinson. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Shelton. He'll try to pick it up himself. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side. And the
ball is knocked out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Robinson. And it is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Steelers.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This will be caught by Brown. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now a screen set up for Johnson. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. The offense on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you can hope for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Well, they go with a tight end carry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Elijah Arroyo with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. There's a short one caught by Loveland. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Here's Robinson from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to Johnson again. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 109 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
And the Steelers first down.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely.